Topping off the power steering. It was starting to give him a little bit of trouble, and he noticed a leak yesterday. So the old work car just keeps bringing over more supplies. We'll bring over some buckets of water later to water some more new trees that we planted. So this morning is tedding. That haybine made good work of this field after we got everything all kind of squared away and worked out. The grass was wrapping around the auger quite a bit, and he was figuring that it was kind of rusty on the auger. We were going to put a coat of paint on it, or graphite paint. The graphite paint is like the coating on the bottom of a Teflon pan or a nonstick pan. Really nice on our stack wagon, but we couldn't find any late on Saturday to do it. So he just continued on, made sure that his spacing between his knife guards was really good, and that all of his cutting sections were sharp. So when he found a couple of dull or chipped or broken knife blades, he switched those out and he stopped having trouble. So that is the key right there, making sure you don't have dull knife blades. We picked up this Kuhn tedder a couple of years ago, and it has been a huge time saver cutting most of our hay back in the day with shorter hay from 5 days to 3 days. You cannot get 5 days for drying in our area. It's always 2 or 3 days, and we're usually pushing it even on 3 days, trying to beat a rain. So today it is Saturday morning. They were calling for rain Sunday night, Monday. Now they've canceled it, but when you actually click on the day, you know, it can vary. Right now it's showing 10 days with no rain at all. So he's got the John Deere 70 out here. As you know, we always try to run with an umbrella. If you're out in a hayfield like this, you can really get burnt. So these umbrellas really make nice work of doing the hay, doing field work, because you're just more or less driving the tractor instead of just getting baked. So your arms get a little sun. He doesn't mind it so much. Trey would probably just as soon stay out here and keep tedding, but he's barely out of bed right now. And we always like to ted in the morning while there's still a little dew on it. That way you're not letting it sit here drying, then going through with that high speed and then raking it, because then you get what's called leaf shatter. So then all these fine leaves start drying out, and then you are losing some of your nutritional value on the field. We generally do get a little bit of reseeding naturally in our hayfield because it just is maturing while it's standing sometimes. So we could see in some of the clover that they're starting to go to like actually seed. Within a week, it's amazing how it goes from flowering and heading out to it can progress. So the hayfield here is looking really good. The other hayfields are super. Like I said, this is lots of sand here. So with starting out everything new for the year, it was good to not put a lot of strain on it and start out on this field. So with that tedder, you can choose to change the tip and angle of it, the speed. What speed do you normally ted in, bud?
4th gear.
Yeah.
Usually.
So you set the tractor on the high setting, going 4th gear, and go along. That's a pretty good rate. What you're basically doing is taking your rows and spreading them out. And in some areas, you might even have to go over, but go over here to an untedded row with the haybine. You see it's thin. Then everything is consolidated through that auger and then out the back of the haybine. So you're just wanting to spread this out more evenly to dry and then the sun will do its work for the day. Sometimes he'll come out the same day and start raking it. It just kind of depends on the heat, the wind, and the length of everything. So this is a lot taller grass. He probably won't rake it until tomorrow.
How is it so quiet now?
The wind is carrying the sound towards the woods.
Hi, George. Hi. This is pretty nice, George. Look at it. Yeah.
So while I'm off filming, these guys are over there making a plan when they were filling up the steering fluid. Trey's staying. Look at him smile. He says, yeah, Dad, I got it. So Dad and I are going to go get the cows fed and water the trees and let this guy get into tedding. He likes that umbrella. We got him an umbrella for the other tractor that's getting the engine rebuilt, which he claims is his own.
Yeah, he's doing really good, dude.
Hey, Dad, we can be used.
We'll use the green rake today. Gotta go get the baler out of the way of it. If it's behind the baler, we'll get the baler out, then get the rake out and grease it. Okay, hop in.
Well, everybody, we're back at getting another piece of equipment field ready. Hopefully this one goes well. This is kind of a hand-me-down purchase for a round baler for us. It's a Vermeer. And of course, I got the door open, so I don't know the number. Let's go on over here. Vermeer Rebel 5400. So this is going to be our first year round baling here ourselves. We have had round bales in the past, but this is all on our own for, of course, speed and accuracy and feeding the cattle. It gets tiresome doing square bales every day. We're going to do some round bales. That way we can feed them every couple of days maybe and be able to take a round bale right out to their pens and get them fed. So with all that new haybine work, he was able to go through that field in a short amount of time, and it's been real warm. Everyone's been having a heat wave everywhere. That's been helping the hay dry. We've had great breezes here, and time to do this. So this is just more little fiddly work, but greasing it, checking your chains, your belts, charging up the battery and getting it ready, checking out the electrical system, the hydraulics, and of course hooking her up, getting her ready to go. So hopefully we'll be able to get a film of this today out in the field working. So Trey came out and tedded today, and then his dad came out and raked. So they're doing it in sections. Everything that was tedded today is out in the middle, and it's going to dry for another day. And then tomorrow he'll rake those into rows. The nice thing about doing it the way we are is, if it were to get rained on, you just rake it, turn it over to let it dry, and then go ahead and bale it, which happens. We prefer to have no rain on it if possible, but pop-up showers happen and you don't always know. So he's doing his first round with the round baler. And he got his first round bale already. The kids want to know if they can climb it. It's too heavy.
Dude, I'm gonna run. Yeah. Mommy, could you put me on it?
No. It's just too high. Do you remember when you were small walking on top of them when they were over there lined up?
Yeah.
We had to lift you up.
Up. That's fine. Somebody help us.
Go. I don't know about that guy. So here's the hay. It's plenty dry. So fast, I'm surprised. It's drying real good. Really? I can't. How much your legs get all marked up, honey? Mhm.
there's a patch of grass down there, some type of weird grass that's come up where it's real dry.
Yeah.
And the sickle bars don't like it. It's really wiry and fine. And it actually plugged it. So I dumped it out. We'll Ted through it and feed it in with some more. I don't know what kind of grass it is. It's not something we seeded it. So anyway.
Having hiccups and drinking water? Usually sugar makes me hiccup. Stephanie, did I tell you about the monarch butterfly caterpillar I saw? So, isn't it a fact that the monarch butterfly's milkweed that it eats is what makes it poisonous as a butterfly? Isn't that what we read? Did we read that or hear it on the ground crap? Yeah. Well, I think I got him on video. Maybe I didn't. The grasshopper was underneath him about 2 inches on the stem of the milkweed, and the caterpillar was just trying to eat. And I wondered if the grasshopper was going to try to eat him. Well, remember how the ants in the tree were scared of the grasshoppers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meaning a grasshopper might not be a herbivore, it might be a carnivore and eat plants. Also. Yeah. Well, I filmed some grasshoppers up by the house. They're very tiny. They're eating our plants, and they were purple. Yeah. I did on my phone. Later, yeah. So I have to look them up. Must be something about going to the end of this road. I don't know what it's decided to. You mean here on the field? A lot of chaff coming out back around. Dad's new string is coming through, so the kids wanted to see the blue string. Look at that. Just depends on where you buy it.
That's why we were buying blue string.
That's why we bought blue string. It's special for a round bale. See? But Grandpa had square bale strings in it. The round bale strings are skinnier.
Perfect bale. You want to go up too?
No, she already scratched her arm on it.
Alright. Well, I'll go get to it. It's working good.
Good.
So, I think I got the scale figured out.
gonna squish it. I think it needs a fork extension or something to do what he's wanting to do it, to kind of get up under it with fingers and pull it up. Because they're only, you know, 6 inches maybe. Maybe it'll work. He thought you could buy 2 bale spears that clamp on a bucket and put one on each side of the backhoe, but it seems to me like that'd be a lot of wear on the hydraulic cylinders on the front, because you figure you got 2 on the front here and 2 going this way here. Maybe they could take it, but that's a lot of weight. You could pinch it in there, but that's going to drag going down the road. I don't know. It's working. All right, we're going to go down here to this bale and see what he's going to do about picking up one in the front, I think. I just found where the turkey was that didn't make it. She was sitting on some eggs, and it wasn't worth it. She was too scared to leave, but there's nothing there, just egg annihilation. And a few turkey feathers. She's toast. He said a big vulture came and carried her away. He was gonna chain them on. He had them side by side. They're way wider together. And then the width of the bucket. The dust out here is terrible because it's so sandy. But the chain wasn't long enough to go around, so it wasn't gonna work. I was worried about Trey and I with our view going back. Yeah. So I wanted to ask him and I didn't have a chance. So comment down below, what do you do about your tail ends or your strings? They don't seem to knot off, they just wrap. And since these aren't being net wrapped or, you know, poly wrapped or anything, as far as coming undone over time in loading other people up is what I'm concerned about. We've never sold round bales. We've always just delivered them to the auction or fed them ourselves. Look at that. I don't know a lot of people who can do that. Of course, they're bale dry too, they're not wet. No, no! No, if you slip, you're gonna hit your head.
I don't have enough chain to put 2 in the front. I could get 2 pinch them.
He's still a little short. He's got an extra chain link that's about a foot long.
While we push it? Okay, hold on.
You're being careful. No problem there. Okay, we're gonna load him up and take him back. Someone's full of silly, and he's gonna be so tired. I know it's a lot to see somebody else's kid acting so crazy, so my apologies to those of you who don't like kids, but we're a family with kids, so deal with it. That's what we got to say about that. Well, the funny thing is, he's got total confidence in Ray. If he has speed with the backhoe, back to the farm, loaded front and back, and this backhoe likes to stall. We don't know if it's a fuel system clogging or what. But I've almost made it back, and it starts screaming like a banshee. So it only stalled once, and I realized nothing on the key. I had to put it in neutral to get it to start. So I'm just gonna park it. Trouble is he's got the bag loaded, and I have to clear this tree. Well, I cleared the tree by hook. Trey and I barely cleared it on the way out, and now it's curled up. It's like borrowing somebody else's equipment when you're not used to running it every day. And like I said, Trey knows better than I do. So, got a load there. And a load up front. And I don't quite know where he wants to feed it. Yeah. But he said, park where they can't see it. So I'm just going to set it down on the driveway. I got cows in the barn too. Alright, neutral. Parking brake. Set the bucket down. Turn the key off. But he's got it bungee corded up here in the front, so I have to go up there and hit the lever on that until she shuts off. Right there, then off. Not super safety. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I made it back. So, she was running low. They're getting right into it, and they want to just rub their heads on it instead of eat it. It's food, you fools! You want to eat the old stuff instead of the fresh stuff? You're crazy. get the other one, I'll switch it. I think we have a spare. I tell you, Tractor Supply seems to be really cheapening up on things. I just bought this handle a week ago, and the metal part that goes into the handle is ripped out. I thought it was just unplugged because it's the top line, and it's laying down there on the ground. Well, what do you think? You guys like to eat it. He's a bull right there, so that's why he was probably, and this one is too. They start really pushing their way in and rubbing their heads on things. Well, that's a good picture for an ad for fresh beef. Well, it's almost 9:30. We got this one more repair to do. We haven't had dinner yet, so we'll see you guys all at the next video. Remember, go to those playlists, watch what you like, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.